Hi guys, so this is the second question of weekly contest 500. In this question, we can solve it with two methods and I'm gonna show you both the methods. First method will be brute force and second one will be sieve of Eratosthenes. So in this question, we have given an integer n and consider r is the reverse of n. Like if n is 123, then r will be 321. Basically the reverse. We have to find the sum of all prime numbers comes between n and r. So all the prime numbers come between n and r. We have to take their sum and return as an answer. So they have given us the example like 10. So reverse of 10 will be 1. So in from 1 to 10, the prime numbers are 2, 3, 5 and 7. We will take their sum, which is 17, and return it as the answer. Similarly for 13. The reverse of 13 will be 31, and the prime numbers between them are given here as 13, 17, 19, 23, 29 and 31. And we will take their sum, which will be 132, and return the answer. So now we are going to use the brute force. This will be the method 1. So in this method, we are just run the for loop from between n to r, and we will check each number if it's prime or not. If it's prime, we will add it in sum, or if it is not the prime, we will just ignore it. So we will take our answer sum equal to 0, which will be our answer. Now we will find the reverse of n, which we will solve save in r. R is equal to reverse of n. We will create a function int reverse of n int n int reverse equal to 0, while n, so r will be r into 10 plus we will take the last digit of n. So what we have done here, consider n is equals to 1, 2, 3. So we initialize r with 0. So what we have done, r equal to r into 10. So 0 into 10, 0, and we have taken the last digit of n, which will be 3. So r becomes 3, and n becomes, now we will remove the last digit of n. So n becomes 12. Similarly, again r is equals to r into 10, so it will become 30, and we will take the last digit of n. It will become 32. So r is equals to 32, and n is equals to 1, and again the process will be repeated, and it will become the reverse, n equal to 0, and as n becomes 0, while loop will be stops. Okay, so we have stopped the while loop. We have found our reverse number, and we will return our reverse. So now we have reverse and we have n. Now we need to know which is smaller, because for running the while loop we need to know we have to run from n to r or r to n. So I am going to take a small number, so which will take a starting position will be minimum of r comma n, and the ending of loop will be max of r comma n. We have find the start or end of the loop. Now we will just run the loop. For int I equal to st I is less than equal to n, and I plus plus if is prime I. We will again create a function to find if the given number is prime or not. So int, okay, we just need true or false. So for is prime int n, we have to find n is prime or not. So if n, minimum value of n will be 1. So n equal to 1, we will return false because it is not prime. If n equal to 2, it is prime, we will return true. And for other, we are just going to check if we can divide it with any number other than 1 and n itself. If it can be divided, then we will return false. So for int I equal to 2, because we have to check other than 1 or n, so we are starting with 2. I into I is less than equal to n, I plus plus. We have taken I into I because let's consider n is equals to 8. So if we have found it will be divided by 2, then it will automatically clear that it will divide by 4 also. So we will take up to square root only. So if n is modulus I equal to 0, means n is divided by any other number other than itself and 1, then we will return false because it should not be divided. Or if it is not divided by any number, it will return true. And now if it is a prime, we will add it in our sum, and we will finally return our answer. We will run the test case, and our test case are passed. We will submit it, and okay, it show error. Sorry, it should be divided by 10. It's a typing error. Okay, it should be submitted now. Yeah, it's submitted. So our answer with brute force has worked. Now, sieve of array to astonished. This is the second method we are going to use to solve this question. So let me show you the process. So we will create two vectors is prime and presum. Is prime is going to use to store if the current number is prime or not, and presum will be the sum up to the current number. Or sum of all prime number up to the current number. So we will start with 1. 1 is not the prime number, so it will be 0. Now we will going to see for 2. Now here 2 is the prime number, so we will add it in sum. Initially just one index before it is 0, so 2 plus 0 will give 2. Now the method we are going to use, in this method we are going to cancel out all the numbers which is the multiple of 2. So we are going to declare 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 and 14 as non-prime numbers. So we will mark it 0. So now we will move to next number 3. Now 3 is not marked as 0, so it is a prime number. So since 3 is a prime number, we will add this value in prefix sum. So just one index before prefix sum was 2, we will add 2 plus 3 and the answer will be 5. Now again, since 3 is the prime number we have found out, we have used it, so we will remove all the numbers which are multiples of 3 because now they will not be the prime. So we will remove 9 and 12 and 6. We will mark them as 0, which means it is a non-prime number. So we will mark them as 0. Again we will move with on 4. Now we have already marked 4 as 0. It means it is not a prime number. So it will not be added to our sum 5. So here the value will remain 5. Now 5 is not marked as 0, so 5 is a prime number, and since 5 is a prime number, we will add it in 5 and it will become 10. Again for 6 it is not a prime number, so it will not be added, so prefix sum will not change, it will remain 10. And similarly for other characters, for 7 it is a prime number, we have added it, it becomes 17. Now next number, prime number we have found is 11, so we will add it in 17 and it will become 28. So we have found the sum of all prime numbers till I. So we will use it in our code. So we will create two array vector int each prime. Now maximum value of n will be 1000. Even the reverse of any value will not be greater than 1000. So we will take maximum value 1000. 1e3 which is 1000 plus 1, comma, we will consider initially all number as prime number. Vector in prefix sum, again it will remain 1002 and initially we will tell all the value 0. Now 1 is not the prime, so we will already mark 1 as non-prime. We will start with 0 less than 1000. Now we will check if the current number is prime number. If is prime I equal to 1 means current number is prime, because as in this example, if it once we found the prime number, we will take all its multiple as 0. We will mark all its multiple as 0. So same here we are going to do. What we have done, if we found some prime number, we will take the sum of the current number and the prefix sum of previous number. So here also prefix sum of current number equal to prefix sum till last number plus current number, and we will mark all the multiple of I as 0. In j is equal to I plus I, while j is less than equal to 1000, we is prime j equal to 0. We will do it till end. So j equal to 1. But if current number is not the prime number, but we have done like 4, it is not the prime number, so we have just take the prefix sum of the last value. So prefix sum of current number equal to prefix sum of last number. So we have found prefix sum. Again we need reverse of the current number. Now we have found the reverse also. Now we need a small number, again starting or ending, minimum of r comma n like last time, but we are not going to run the for loop this time. Again equal to minimum of maximum of r comma n so we just need prefix sum, like we have to found 3 to 7. So what we are going to do, we need 3 to 7, so just we will take the difference of prefix sum of 7 minus prefix sum of 2, because we have to find 3 to 7, so we have to include 3. If we remove this 5, then we also remove the 3. We have to remove till before 3, so we will take the difference of the last one and the one is smaller than the first one or starting. So enter answer equal to the last one minus just before first one, and we will return as answer. We will run the test case. Okay, all our test cases are passed and we will submit it. And it should be accepted. Yes. So we have solved it with another method also. So let me know how you like this question and if you understand the solution or not. If you have any confusion, please comment.